What's up, Jiven here. So as you probably know, the first Trio Cup of the season just happened. It was a champs only tournament, so it made for some pretty stacked lobbies. My trio started off so good. We were like top 40 after our second and third games, but then it went downhill from there. And in this video, I'm just gonna kind of talk about what happened, how we started off so strong and how we fell behind. And then I'm just gonna show you some highlights from our stacked end games and talk about what we could have done to change those from like second and third place to getting first place. So first off, I just want to tell you guys what we're planning to do for the next Cash Cup that we think is going to work really well. So basically we were landing Pleasant and Lazy the entire tournament, and a lot of times those drops were so scuffed because so many people were going there. One time we had like 15 people rolling up to Pleasant with us. So there were like 3 games that we just had to dip because none of us got shotties or anything like that, and then a lot of the other games we just died off rip. That's why we fell behind and didn't do too hot. The games that we dipped, we actually ended up getting really good loot and did pretty well in those games. So our plan for the next tournament is land POIs like we did this week for the first few games, and then we're going to switch it up and land somewhere low-key with a lot of fishing spots for the next few games. Because what you need to do in these tournaments is have a really good first couple games so that you get towards the top of the leaderboard, and then after that you just got to stay consistent. If you can get to the top of the leaderboard in your first few games and then just play consistently the rest of the tournament, you'll probably place at least top 50. So yeah, that's our plan for the next cup. For the Friday Night Bragging Rights tournaments, we're just landing POIs every single game because those are more W key based. The reason is, those tournaments are open to all players. When a tournament's open to all players, it usually means the tournament is W key based. Because those top tier players that are going to be at the top of the leaderboard, they're going to be W keying the entire tournament. Versus in a Champion Cash Cup, they play more passive and play for endgame and try to get all their kills there and play consistently. So in this first game, we were doing like a slow W key. We won our drop spot, got kitted and everything, and then eventually we started picking a lot of fights towards mid to late game. We got a good amount of kills. We probably could have gotten more, but you know, we played pretty safe and pretty smart at the same time. I'll let you guys watch for a bit and then I'll tell you what we did wrong here. Shaking.
Yeah.
Right here, right here. Oh, he's dead,
Where?
he's dead.
Okay, get the loot.
I got a base.
Got it.
Nice.
Is that IOs?
Adil, how many bouncers you got?
10.
Split. Thank you.
Okay.
It's
Going
duo.
for it. I'm going for the cone.
He's one HP. I need heal, I'm low.
I'm being shot from the side. Careful.
Okay.
Adil got sniped.
No, I didn't get
Adil's weak.
23
dead,
grand.
dead,
Nice.
no.
Right here.
Dead.
Nice. Good stuff.
All right, be careful peeking. Remember, they all have snipes. Here we go.
Just-
Bouncing out the back,
Nice.
I'm laying another.
Yep, the bouncer again.
Yep.
I hit it.
There's a kid right below me.
Take low ground.
Yep.
Watch
Low
out,
ground.
you're getting sprayed from above.
Oh, on me. Box.
Dead.
Dead.
Nice.
I'm low. I'm 1
Yep.
HP. Tarping head. Someone tarp.
Yep, I'm tarping.
I have no mini map, so no.
Yo, get ready. We're gonna bounce this, all right? Right here.
Okay.
Here. I'm gonna give you. Here, take this.
I'm getting sprayed.
Yeah. I dropped. I'm gonna pick it back up.
Yeah.
You guys got any heals for me?
I have 1 mini.
Guys. Somebody with hard
Okay,
meds.
She may be dark. I don't have any hard mats. Let's try drop.
Oh my god.
And we ended up getting second place. Basically, we made it to endgame, and the team on height was pressuring us so well. We literally never had a second break. What we wanted to do was apply some pressure back to them, but we never even had a chance to do that because they were just spraying right through our builds. So in the end of this game, we ended up having to make a last second play just trying to get second place in the game. We pushed the other team on low ground because we knew that they were just as shambles as us, and we just accepted that we were going to get second place. So at this one point in the game where we dropped down to low ground, we should have stayed on mid ground there and started applying pressure to the other team who was on height. By dropping down to low ground here, we just gave height literally the free dub. They had all the advantage in the world. After we dropped, we were just being sprayed the entire time. If we were paying more attention, we could have noted how many people are left. There was only like 3 or 4 teams left. If we would have paid attention to that, we would not have dropped to low ground here because by doing that, height could easily control all 3 teams. When you're on high ground, you just have to spray any team that looks like they have a chance of contesting height. Just forced them all to be shambles on low ground and fight each other, and then Height got the free dub from us. Honestly, once we got those frags on low ground and got those refreshes, we should have instantly gone for Height because I had shockwaves and bouncers, and then we had the refresh on mats, so we could have contested Height here and probably won it. Instead, I tried to get us ahead of zone and then we were gonna go for Height, and then that's when we just started getting focused like crazy. Either way, GG's. Let's go on to the next game. The next game was a stacker. So in this one, we looted half of Pleasant and decided to rotate to Bridge, and then down to Flopper just to get some extra loot and some fish. We ended up getting in a fight at Bridge and we got 2 of them knocked and then they ran away. But we decided to keep looting instead of chasing them because we were shambles at this point. I figured if we would have kept pushing them, we probably would have gotten third partied, and because we were shambles, we would not have been able to survive a third party. Anyways, once we got to this late game, everybody was already based up towards center of zone, so it was kind of tough to rotate in. We just used natural cover and old builds to try to sneak our way in. We had to base up like halfway though. We just kind of inched our way towards each of these zones until we got to moving zones. We had our rift fish and everything, we just wanted to save that rift until we got to the moving zones because rift fish and moving zones can save you so many mats and give you a chance to go for Height later in the game. Eventually though, we got focused so hard. We got like triple sprayed by this team for a while and they sprayed away most of our hard mats. But we knew we had this rift fish, so we didn't want to do anything stupid like jumping in a box and getting focused by the whole lobby. So we just played in the builds we had, and we just waited to get a refresh until later once we rifted and got to the front edge of moving zones. We wanted to cut somebody off and try to take all their mats and stuff. So I'll let you watch this late game. It was so crazy. Just like last game, we were getting demolished by Height. They were set up really nicely up there, but I think we did as good as we could have this game.
Giving you all my hard mats. I have 300 metal.
You can spray that maybe? No.
This is all ours. Right here, right here.
There?
We might pickaxe our top.
We're chilling, we're chilling. I'm keeping eyes on it. Alright, not there.
Go late, go late.
You guys right here, right here. Oh, never mind, never mind. You ran.
Let me know when.
You ready to rift?
Yep. Zone's right behind us. Okay.
Yep.
Just stay in the air.
We need to get in a good place to get pigs.
Staying.
Yeah.
Maybe front edge,
Maybe
low
like-
ground.
Yeah, front end, front end.
We need to cut someone
Wait,
off and get a refresh.
We can land right on that and then like.
Just tell me when to drop.
Stay up as long as possible.
Yep.
We need to conserve these mats.
People are getting beamed out the sky. We should probably drop.
Stay away from that high ground team. Stay away from them.
Stay above them. Stay above them. That's hard.
No.
No, not above them. You won't be able to dive.
You won't be able to dive.
Alright, I'm diving, I'm diving.
I got the glitch. Fine.
Right on me?
Where are we?
Yep.
landing on you.
I'm with.
We're in.
Here we go, here we go.
Alright, look for pigs here.
Oh, top! Triple! Edit out! Somebody!
Here, back up.
Go. We need to rotate.
Yep,
There we
I'm
go,
almost
I
out
have
of hard
hard
mats. Right here! Follow me!
Dead.
Nice, one more, dead.
I'm getting the
Grab mats.
refresh.
Shockwaves.
Yes, I got it. Get to me.
Nice.
I'm so many mats. Okay, I'm so many mats. I'm just gonna
Nice.
shockwave. Get to me. Shockwave.
Okay.
I'm in
Alright,
a good spot.
we gotta get together.
Get to me.
Yep.
I'm in.
Alright, I'm coming to you.
I'm with.
I'm here, alright. Get to me.
I'm with.
I'm out of hard mats.
Take.
I'm gonna splash.
Can we drop a kid
We're in
down?
here. Right here!
Below.
I'm back up. We have mats and everything.
Okay.
It goes back.
Goes back. Make sure everything's ours.
None of this is ours. Spray
Spray
ahead.
ahead.
Where they? I got rifted.
Okay, good. Maybe just land ahead and make it hard for us, maybe.
I fell down. I'm back up.
I'm coming down to you guys. I have no.
No. Land ahead and make it hard for us. Land ahead.
Yeah, land ahead.
I don't have mats.
Okay. Get to me. I'm chilling.
I'm with.
Wait, no.
Adil, where you at? I'm with.
Alright, good shit. You good, Temper?
Yeah.
We're in here. We need pick. We're out of hard mats.
Yeah, I have 320. Maybe look low ground.
This kid's behind in our old tarp, I think.
Where does it go?
It pulls this way.
Right in front of us, right here. Spraying.
Got it.
Dead.
Nice. Shockwaves.
Shock.
I got two.
All right, I'm getting ahead.
Yep.
Somebody drop me a shock. Not our bottom.
Right here. I dropped the shock.
All right, get in. We all have shocks now, right?
No. Right above.
Get that. All right, get ahead. I'm here. I'm almost out of mats. I have no hard mats.
I have three here. Yeah, split.
All right. This side.
Let's go clear low. Let's clear low.
Watch out.
You guys shock up?
Dead.
Nice.
Dead, I'm dead. Behind you. Right here. There's Kid and Storm. You guys
getting
can
ahead.
shock up.
I'm dead.
Alright.
So towards the end of that game, what we should have done, two of us had shockwaves. We should have gotten to the front edge of zone and just shockwaved up and started contesting height. We didn't have too many mats, but that would have been really the only thing we could have done to turn that game from a third place to a first place. Maybe I could have dropped Temper, who didn't have any shockwaves. I could have dropped him some bouncers. That way he could bounce her up once we get height. But we stuck together pretty well that game. Honestly, the reason we didn't place well in this tournament is because after these games, we just never made it to endgame really. I think we only made it to endgame 2 more times. We just kept getting super contested off spawn. So we took note of that. We noted that we didn't really get that many kills off spawn to the point where off spawn fighting really wasn't worth it after those first few games. So our strategy going into the next week is going to be land in an outskirt spot that has a lot of fishing spots, and basically we're going to split drop. 2 people are going to land at one spot, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to fly high in the sky towards another spot nearby, and I'm going to scan the area to see if we're contested or not. I don't really want to share where we're going to be landing at because it might get super contested. I think you guys can get that, but basically by me scanning the area, if we're contested, I can land with my teammates. If we're not contested, I can land at an outskirt spot nearby, and we can get good loot safely without having to worry about those scuffed off spawn fights at POIs. The thing about this season, there's no 100% chest spawn again, and what I've noticed is just us landing at a POI is such RNG because they're so contested no matter what. So we're going to lose like half of our games because of RNG if we land at a POI, but if we go to an outskirt spot and do this strategy, we'll probably get more stacked and be prepared for late game. We'll just land POIs for our first few games and then land safely the rest of it and just play consistently after we get those pop-off games. I'll tell you guys what happened in this game real quick. So we had 3 rifts, so we were like, this is the freest dub ever. We rifted the first 3 moving zones, and then we planned to land second height with all of our mats and then crank up and grief high ground. But Paper's trio was on high ground, and they played it so well. They got us weak on our drop down, and then they just destroyed us with an RPG. What we could have done this game was we had 1 more rift, so we figured we might as well just use it right away, but we were on a lair, not getting sprayed at or anything. We were just on a safe lair, so we should have tarped that until we got scuffed and then maybe rifted. Honestly, using that last rift kind of cost us the game. If things go well, I'll make another video at the next Trio Cash Cup. Hopefully, we'll have some earnings to brag about. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments how you guys placed in the Cash Cup if you did play in it. Be sure to like and subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.